Welcome, one and all, to Puppet History. Today, we'll be taking an ever-winding look at yet another chapter in the heavy book we call History, while our guests ruthlessly compete for the coveted capsules and title of History Wizard. Ryan Bergara, how are ya?
You need to calm down.
Yeah, I gotta take it back like
you need
a
to
little
calm
bit,
down.
right?
You need to take it down at least 10 notches.
Okay, taking it down. Claudia Restrepo, good to see you.
Hi, good to see you, Professor.
Are you ready to learn?
Yes, I'm so ready.
Okay, then let's crack in!
Holy shit.
Sorry. You know, I like to amp people up.
You almost broke the theater.
Yeah.
To begin, no one here is married to a cunning, driven Egyptian woman, right?
Oh my God, I wish.
This feels weirdly pointed.
What?
I am married to an Egyptian woman. She's half, and she is driven.
She's a cunning woman.
Cunning could also have negative connotations. Cunning is something like you would describe a Disney villain as.
How about clever?
Okay. Yeah, I'm married
She's a
to
bit
one of
of a
those. I'm married to
clever
one
girl.
of those. Yeah. Okay, you take it easy. That's my fucking wife.
Mari!
Go up and slap him.
No,
do it.
I can't do that.
Come on!
I can't.
No, we'll treat it like a Scrubs moment, okay? We'll flash to like a sideways world where it does happen. Okay, here we go.
Is this a trick?
Mari!
You gonna let him talk about your wife that way?
You keep my wife's name out of your goddamn mouth!
Oh!
That felt really good. That felt so good. I should start every day slapping the shit out of you.
Ryan Bergara just smacked the shit out of me.
I'm so glad we're in the timeline where that didn't happen.
Yeah, that was scary.
That would have been bad.
That
very
would have been
toxic.
very tough.
Well, our story today is about a former Sultana of Egypt and all the drama and misfortunes that befell her husbands. Pay attention, Ryan. Today we're talking about Shajar al-Durr. Ryan, you been to Egypt?
I have been to Egypt.
Claudia, have you been to Egypt?
No, I've always wanted to go.
Ryan, tell Claudia about Egypt.
It was great.
Okay, moving along. This is a story about brothers, mothers, cousins, wives, children, and tents. If some familial relation pops up in the story and you're like, who? Don't worry, they'll probably disappear or die shortly thereafter. Let's begin. So it's a wild ride, just buckle up, and if you get confused, ask any questions. You know, I'm here to teach, to hold your hand, to guide you through this wonderful world of history.
What a sweet man. I can't believe you slapped him in a different timeline.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be a real piece of shit.
That's true. Towards the end of the 12th century, the Middle Eastern Muslim world was ruled by Sultan Saladin. Now, Sultan Saladin was the founder of the Ayyubid dynasty and famous for recapturing Jerusalem from the Christian Crusaders. He ruled over a vast kingdom, stretching from Egypt to southern Turkey and northern Iraq. And upon his death, his lands were split amongst his brothers, nephews, sons, and grandsons. Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
No women in there, though.
Uncool.
Yeah, was that cool, Ryan?
No.
We got him, Claudia.
See what I was talking about?
We finally canceled his
Little
ass.
piece of shit. Little piece of shit.
Now these heirs went to war with one another, each hoping to bring more of Sultan Saladin's former kingdom under their own control. One of those relatives, Sultan al-Malik al-Salah, was young, ambitious, and looking to snatch some of the land now controlled by his cousins and brothers. His only problem? Well, he didn't have much of an army. What's an al-Salah to do? A, he married the daughter of a prominent general. B, he decided to rely on deception instead of strength. Or C, he bought an army. Take your time, there are no wrong answers. That's not true. There's 2 wrong answers.
I'm locked in.
Are you guys locked in?
I'm locked in.
Oh, great. Ryan, what do you got?
But A, Army via love.
Yes, very good, very good. Claudia, what'd you put?
I'm saying same, because if you can get around spending money.
We're gonna find out the answer via the magic of theater.
Okay. Oh, shit. All right.
Oh, if only I had a proper fighting force, I know I could gobble up those other kingdoms around me. Armies for sale? Brutal, merciless armies for sale? What? Oh, you there, you're selling armies? Oh, yes, sir. Gently used fighting forces ready to slaughter your enemies today. Well, what do you have for a guy looking to conquer some neighboring kingdoms? Oh, for a smart cookie like you, I'd recommend a horde of enslaved Kipchaks. Convert them to Islam, give them religious and military training. Oh, and you won't find a better fighting force anywhere. I don't know. Tell you what, buy 1,000 and I'll throw in the women to add to your royal harem for free. Ho, it's a deal. Hey, what'd you say these guys were called again? Kipchaks. Well, from now on, they shall be known as Mamluks. Call 'em Delilah for all I care. Pleasure doing business with you.
He has the money to buy an army.
He can just buy land. That's
Why
what
would
I
he
was
just buy a
thinking.
land?
I think he wants this special land.
He's that like a dude. He doesn't want just land, he wants land. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm back. Points for neither of you! Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Guess wrong.
Yes, Alsala bought 1,000 enslaved Kipchaks who were folded into Alsala's army, forming the Berea Mamluk Regiment. Now, these Mamluks were serious fighters, feared across the Middle East for their battlefield prowess. Many even earned their freedom for their distinction, then re-enrolled in an army because they loved fighting alongside one another so dang much. Wow! That's intense. Now, Alsala hadn't just purchased fighters, but concubines as well. Over the years, one of these Kipchak concubines, Shajar, rose through the ranks, and by 1239 was Alsala's favorite.
Rose through the ranks, how would that happen?
Do you need diagrams? I mean, I think we know how it happens.
You need me and Claudia to have a talk with you, Ryan?
How does that work?
Creating a sense of allure, strong branding.
Yeah, strong brand. Maybe,
Strong
look,
branding,
maybe
that's
maybe he just loved her, man.
I doubt it. The army buying type, that guy can't love.
I'm loving this story so far, though, you know. As a sex worker with a mission, she's like ambitious.
This is our heroine here, yes.
I hope she kills him.
Who knows?
think
I
that's
guess
where
we'll
we're going.
find out what happens. In January of 1239, Alsala successfully took control of Damascus, the former Sultan Saladin's capital city. Damascus was quite the prize, but it also put a target on Alsala's back. Immediately, his rule was threatened by Saladin's other heirs. By autumn of that same year, Alsala's cousin, Al-Nasir Dawood, had captured Damascus from Alsala. Now, because family's family, Alsala was imprisoned in a castle, along with his buddy, a leader of his Mamluk army, and his favorite concubine, Shajar al-Durr. You know, it's like if you have this brand new house, but your cousin breaks in and locks you and your family in the shed, except you'd gotten the house in the first place by doing the same thing to an uncle or something, so maybe you had this coming. I don't know, anyway.
The frequency of throwing concubines in every deal, even the really bad deals, is just really thoughtful, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I guess the guy basically invaded and was like, all right, this is mine now. You're technically a prisoner, but I'll let you, hang out with your favorite concubine here in this palace.
Not a bad deal. I would take that deal.
Yeah, I guess
I don't want to be out with the army.
You put me in a nice house with my favorite
This is a sweet
concubine.
deal.
It's not a bad deal.
Probably had pretty decent catering. While in prison, Shajar al-Durr gave birth to a son, Khalil. Shortly after, Shajar and Alsala were freed, and Shajar gained an unofficial title, Khalil, mother of Khalil. Unfortunately, Khalil died in infancy, but when giving birth to a sultan's son, it's the thought that counts. Now, being a baby mama was an honor amongst the concubines, even if that son had passed away, and could usually mean being granted your freedom. What definitely meant freedom, though, was marrying the Sultan and becoming queen, which is what Shajar al-Durr, Shajar al-did, Shajar al-duh.
Good for her.
Yeah, I mean, if that's all you have to do. I would assume that she liked this guy.
I don't know that we could say that.
Doesn't matter. She's a queen now. Good for her.
That's true, yeah.
I can like a lot of people if it makes me queen.
If I became a little king, I'd marry just about anybody. I hope to get married someday.
That's
Do you guys know anybody?
Do they also have to be a puppet or not?
Who have you dated in the past, Professor?
I just had one very brief and torrid affair with a Princess Diana Beanie Baby in the 90s.
Limited
Such
edition?
a long time ago, though. You gotta get back on that.
She really hurt
Back on the
me.
horse.
I'm sure she did.
Yeah, the one that got away. I sold her on eBay. Made a lot of money. Now, though he had lost Damascus not too long after, Alsala found himself ruling all of Egypt and much of Syria. How? A, the Mamluk army slaughtered the Egyptian guard. B, the Egyptians asked him to. Or C, Alsala's father died and left him the throne.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know you don't know.
Let's take a guess here.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
All right, Ryan, what do you got?
I put A. Slaughter?
Slaughter. Okay. Claudia, how about you?
I too feel like I don't have enough information to make an educated guess, but I'm gonna guess C because that feels like the most direct path.
And what is it now? Now, hang on a sec.
This is a skull
That's a
and the
little
crown because they
his dad
died and left
died,
him the
yeah.
crown.
I like that.
Oh, nice.
You know, I give a little jelly bean for a wonderful little drawing.
I'm thirsty for jelly beans.
So that's a little bonus jelly bean. Nice. And I gotta give jelly beans out anyway, because neither of you get a jelly bean for answering that question.
What?
Well, before Al-Salah, Cairo was being ruled by Al-Salah's brother, who the Egyptians didn't much care for. One military coup later, and Al-Salah's brother was in prison, and the throne was empty. Since Al-Salah was in the market for a kingdom, the Egyptians asked if he, wouldn't mind filling in. Now, back with a proper kingdom to rule, Al-Salah depended heavily on his new queen in both political and military matters. Shajar gained the reputation as, quote, the most cunning woman of her age. And when Al-Salah was away leading at the battlefront, Shajar ruled in his stead back home, even signing documents and using her husband's seal. Now, Muslim tradition typically wouldn't allow a woman to operate in this capacity, but Shajar had found a workaround. Oh, what was her loophole? A, she acted as regent for her dead son. B, she dressed up like her husband so the public didn't know the difference. Or C, she killed anyone who thought this was an issue. Just follow your heart. Look deep inside your heart. Ryan, you look very confident on this one.
I don't think I got it right.
Oh, okay. You're confident that you're wrong.
Exactly. That's the switch I needed to make. And once I made that switch, I'm so much more satisfied with my life.
Okay. Ryan, what do you got?
I put B just because I like it when couples start to dress alike.
Yeah.
After a while, you just see, even friend groups, they do this too. They start to dress alike.
Claudia, how about you?
My instinct said it was A, but I kind of,
Before you say more, tell me more about your instinct and what it told you to put as the answer.
Well, I see what he's doing. He's trying to...
No. I'm sort of a coach. I'm a teacher, but I'm also a coach, a brain coach, if you will.
Anyways, I went with A. That was my first answer the whole time.
Oh, my God.
Because I thought, she's got the son's name. Sounds like a good loophole.
It's an interesting stroke you have on your A there. Kind of almost looks like it was a C, and then it changed into an A.
No, my name starts with a C. I know what C's look like.
Yeah, stop trying to mansplain letters to Claudia.
You're right. This is
what the fuck?
No, you know what? You're right. Okay.
I don't like being questioned.
Hey, it was just an observation I made, but it was a wrong one. See, that's what I was saying earlier.
We here at Puppet History do not endorse the toxic masculinity on display by Ryan Bergara.
Oh, says the person who sold his ex-girlfriend.
That was between consenting adults. That's gonna be a jelly bean for Claudia. Oh yeah. Well, Shajar signed documents with her title, Khalil, essentially delegating power to her dead son, for whom she then acted as regent. Now, it seems like a lot of foofara to avoid admitting that a smart lady was good at her job, a problem that we have made almost no progress towards fixing nearly a millennium later. Now, paradoxically, Shajar's humble origins as a once concubine actually helped her gain control of her husband's regime. See, to avoid giving titles to family members who might turn to rivals, Al-Salah had filled his highest appointments with his best Mamluks, the Kipchak army that he'd purchased years ago. Shajar, of course, was Kipchak herself, a part of that army deal. The Mamluks, her fellow countrymen, were just fine taking orders from someone they knew from way back. Now, though Egypt had fallen into his lap, Al-Salah was still upset about losing Damascus, and he wanted it back. In the middle of the 13th century, Al-Salah began marching his army back up to Syria. Shortly after beginning his assault, however, troubling news came from an unexpected direction. Reports reached Al-Salah that France's King Louis IX, along with 50,000 men aboard 1,800 ships, were on their way across the Mediterranean for another one of their dumb fucking crusades, the 7th to be exact, and those boats were pointed toward Egypt, where Shajar was holding down the fort.
Damn.
These crusades. These crusades.
These
Come
fucking
on.
crusades.
Get a life.
These were the 7th Crusades.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot of crusades.
It's like the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Everyone wants their own crusade, they come
maybe
to power
that's it.
and they're like, I need my crusade.
Yeah, these French assholes being like, now I will do a crusade.
It's my turn.
This one will be the best crusade. Is that a French accent?
I thought it was an attempt.
Do we know how big Shahar's army is? If 50,000 are coming at him, that's a lot of people.
That feels like not that many people for some reason.
50,000 people coming to fucking knock on your door?
In olden times?
I don't know. I feel like, wouldn't this guy have a massive army?
What about this? What about if you were sitting at home?
Yeah.
And I sent you a text message, Ryan, heads up, 50,000 soldiers are coming to your door. They want to kill you.
I'd probably set an elaborate set of traps around the house, probably grease up the stairs,
Grease up the stairs?
Basically, I'd turn myself into Kevin McAllister. I think I could handle that. Is that what happens? Does this turn into Home Alone?
Well, it doesn't quite turn into Home Alone. But what are you thinking if your husband's like, I'm gonna go do some conquering, I'll be back?
He has the armies.
He's got the army.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
you know, for all intents and purposes, she's sort of defenseless.
She's kind of Home Alone.
She is Home
kind
Alone.
of Home Alone. I love when movies turn into Home Alone. It's my favorite thing.
She's like, I'm alone. My husband left me alone. What am I going to do?
Now on the defensive, al-Salah turned his troops around while back in Cairo, Shajar set up defenses. Unfortunately, many of the city's princes fled out of cowardice, and when the Crusaders arrived, Cairo quickly fell. Shajar and her troops retreated 60 miles north to Al-Mansura, where she met up with her returning husband. Al-Salah's health, however, was deteriorating, as the Sultan had been wounded in battle as he fought his way back to Egypt.
Glad they got out in time.
Yeah.
I mean, would you stand your ground, hold the line if you saw someone approaching, or would you be like, fuck this? And
I would do the math and be like, am I going to die here, or do I get up and meet up with my husband's army? Probably going to go meet up with my husband's army.
it's time to hit the trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, he's got all his army with him.
Yeah, but if she does that, now is the city completely open, and have they just kind of set up shop there?
Yeah, it's fucked.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you going to do? The stresses of war only made his condition worse, and on November 22nd, 1249, Sultan al-Malik al-Salah died in his tent. Not wanting to lose her husband's land and legacy to a bunch of invading frogs, Shajar took the throne for herself, despite being a lady. How'd she do that? A, she pretended a Mamluk general was actually her son Khalil. B, she pretended her husband was still alive.
Ooh.
Or C, she pretended to have had another secret son. These are all
These
funny,
are great.
if you ask me.
Great answers.
These are funny. Oh, my son's still alive. Wouldn't that be funny? Or, oh, my husband's still alive. That's also funny. Or, have you met my other son, Ronald? Also funny.
Locked in.
Oh, great. Okay, Ryan, what do you got?
But B, she weekend at Bernie's her husband.
Weekend at Bernie's.
She propped his ass up and was like puppeteering him.
Pretty good. Claudia, what do you got?
I also put B because I wanted it to be true.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
I want her to just be like, you just missed him. He just ran out, but I will tell you what to do.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to find out once again via the magic of theater. I'll be right back, everybody. Bye.
Would you want to control an army?
Absolutely not. I don't know what to do when three people are like, where should we go for lunch?
Shajar, the French are coming in. Our Sultan is dead. What should we do? Who shall lead us? I shall. Okay. I mean, I'm cool with that, but I don't know if everyone else in the kingdom would be down, because of how you are a woman. Oh, right. Okay, here's the plan. Have you ever seen Weekend at Bernie's?
I fucking knew it.
I think so. The first one or the second one? What's the difference? In the first one, they just make people think that the dead body is still alive. But then, in the second one, they do some kind of, look, it's not a culturally sensitive film, but they do a voodoo curse on him that's supposed to bring him back to life. But instead of using a chicken, they use a pigeon because it's the only thing they can find in New York City. So instead of fully bringing him back to life, his body just starts walking whenever music is playing. It's so funny. He does a conga line. He goes on a date. It's got a really good soundtrack. Okay, then I think more like the first Weekend at Bernie's. Oh, no, I haven't seen that one. Okay, well, you get it. First, let's get my husband's corpse out of here. Send it back to Cairo in secret, but keep door-dashing meals to his tent. I had him sign a bunch of blank pages that we can write orders on, and when those run out, I'll just forge his signature. Fuck it. We'll only tell the most trusted military commanders, and we might just be able to Weekend at Bernie's this whole war. Shajar, that's crazy. I love it. Let's do it. Just one little hiccup. Oh, what now? The Sultan's other son? The one in Turkish exile that we haven't mentioned yet? Oh my God, that brat. I guess send for him to come back, and then in the meantime, let's just start puppeting this hot-bloated corpse. Sounds good.
Amazing.
What I learned from that is that there's a Weekend at Bernie's too.
I was just thinking the same thing. I had no idea there was a sequel.
Weekend at Bernie's 2 is so good! It far outpaces the original.
It's a funny premise.
Yeah, it's really good. A woman falls in love with him.
Oh, cool.
Because he does the conga on a beach.
Sad for her when his spirit goes back to the pigeon or whatever.
Yeah, it's a sad ending. But it's crazy that they knew about that movie back then.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
But jelly beans for both of you!
Yeah.
Yes, Shajar kept her widow status a secret and led via her dead husband's authority. Meanwhile, before meeting Shajar, al-Salah had had a fail son named Turanshah. Now, al-Salah thought Turan was so untrustworthy that when he took the Egyptian throne, he sent Turan into exile in Turkey.
Just because she didn't like him? They were like, fuck
He was,
this guy.
he was a little shifty.
He was like, I got a bad son. Let's get him out of here.
That's, I guess, the equivalent of sending him to boarding school, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like it would cut extra deep, though, if, you were the only heir to your father and his other son was dead. And he was like, get out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's probably having a ball in Turkey.
And we know they set him up with concubines because that's just what people
I'm
do.
sure they did.
It's just what people do.
With al-Salah dead, however, his kingdom technically passed to Turan. Now, while Turan made his way south, the Crusaders were making another push against Shajar's forces. On February 9th, 1250, a definitive battle began, resulting in the capture of the Egyptian army captain and the death of the top commander of the Mamluks. With things looking grim, the fact that al-Salah was dead, which he had been for 2.5 months at this point, could no longer be hidden from the masses. Shajar had to publicly take control of the army while everyone waited for Turan to get there.
Did she mention the part where she puppeteered her dead husband for 2.5 months, or was she just like...
Now, I want to be clear, we're having a bit of fun with it. She was having people sort of go into his tent as if he were there and bring him food and maybe, take meetings or something. They weren't actually tying strings to his hands and making him a little marionette.
Damn.
If that's what you're asking.
I'm just saying, after the fact, now that she publicly had to take over the army, she would probably have to admit to the part where she pretended her husband was still alive.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Or she could be like, he just died.
Just missed him. He
Yeah,
just died.
you just missed it. Oh,
So sorry.
He just...
oh, he's dead. Oh, you missed it. For the next 2 weeks under Shajar's leadership, the Muslim forces held their ground. On February 23rd, Turan arrived and took on the title Exalted King. By April, almost a year after landing on the Nile, the Crusaders admitted defeat and began to withdraw from Egypt. Their retreat, however, was mismanaged, and many of the French were captured, including King Louis IX himself. Wow!
You just said that basically, their top general got captured and that they suffered all these losses, and then all of a sudden now the Crusaders are retreating. What happened?
Turan came back and they kind of, knocked it out together. Sometimes it's just all about perseverance,
Maybe they just missed French food and they were like,
Yeah.
let's pack it in.
No good
We're
baguettes.
over this. Yeah.
Bread sucks.
Careful, Ryan. Careful.
You careful. You
You be careful.
did a bad French accent.
No, I
earlier.
didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I never did that.
Yeah, you did.
It was a decent French accent. And I never mentioned baguettes. It sounds more like they just sort of, and Ryan, you'll understand this. Claudia, I don't know if you're a big sports head, but Ryan loves sports.
Sure.
The thing is, what do they call it, Ryan? Home court.
Home court advantage.
Right.
Yeah.
Shajar and all her crew, they just had to hold their ground. These French people, they're far from home.
That's
they got to
right.
get resources, all that. So eventually the French were just like, we must go home.
Careful now. Another
For
bad.
our baguettes. It is fun.
You're the worst.
We could all
dude.
have fun with the
We
French.
can have fun.
Now, from the outside, it appeared Turan's early days on the throne were going gangbusters. The French were retreating, and they'd even captured the French king. Among the higher-ups, however, Turan was unpopular from the start. He was quick to offend and anger his father's loyal royal guards, mostly made up from the elite Mamluks, who shared a heritage with the lady who had been running the place in the name of her deader-than-expected husband. When Turan went so far as to threaten his stepmother, the Mamluks began to question why they needed a Turan in the first place. So they still got a lot of loyalty to Shajar here.
Well, this is classic. Son takes over the company, and everyone who helped build the company now has to take orders from this kid.
And this freaking kid.
yeah.
How old is this guy? He's probably 22.
He's
Yeah,
probably,
exactly.
Yeah, he's probably just some 22-year-old piece of shit.
Hey, they're listening to Roman Roy.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Reading the room, Turan attempted to flee Cairo, but was captured and killed by a group of leading Mamluks.
Damn, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah. Pretty funny. We don't like him. So,
Well, why couldn't he just be like my B? And they're like, fair enough.
I guess they just really didn't like him.
They were meaner to him than they were to the French king
I
who came to
guess
kill
so,
them.
yeah.
I get it. I'm not for killing heirs, but, he could go find another army. He comes back. You kind of got to get rid of him.
Oh, I see.
know what I mean?
I see. Yeah. This guy must have been a real fucker then.
I guess so. I guess fuck this guy.
Well, I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying he must not have been that well liked if people were like, yes, let's kill him.
No, you're right, Ryan. Fuck this piece of shit and may he rot in hell.
At all. God, you are a bloodthirsty little man.
Some even suspected Shajar was behind the assassination plot, though the death of her stepson actually set off a series of problems for the former concubine. With no legitimate heir to the throne, Turan's death began a power struggle between Shajar, some Mamluk princes, and, as always, al-Salah's extended family. The Mamluk usurpers were looking for a leader with provenance for legitimacy, who also wouldn't mind a bunch of former slaves running things. In May of 1250, in a nearly unprecedented act, the emirs elected Shajar al-Durr to be the public, legitimate ruler with the title Sultana, the feminine form of sultan. Though control of the military was actually given to a Mamluk emir named Aybak al-Turkmani, Shajar was nevertheless one of the extremely rare Muslim women to rule in her own name. For 80 days at least. While the Mamluk-heavy Egyptian elites were fine with Shajar, the Syrian emirs under Shajar's rule had a hard time coming to terms with a lady on the throne. They elevated the matter to the Caliph of Baghdad, the former final authority of the Muslim community. You know, kind of like the Islamic Pope, who sided with the Syrians. Now, to appease these lady-fearing dudes, Shajar was forced to abdicate, and Aybak, the leader of the military, was elected sultan. For 5 days. It turns out the Syrians didn't want just any dude, they wanted someone related to the original Sultan Saladin. To further appease them, they elected Sultan Saladin's great-great-grandnephew, Al-Ashraf Musa, to be co-sultan. Musa, however, was only 10 years old, so Aybak acted as a de facto regent. Is this getting confusing?
This is confusing for the guy who's like trying to put the face of rulers on coins, and they're like, hold on!
Like, get all the money back, we gotta do it again!
Son of a bitch! I just did this!
Now, Aybak must have known that he was a placeholder, holding down the fort while Musa battled puberty. Eventually, the boy would be a man, and everyone would remember that the only reason Aybak was sharing the throne in the first place was because the Mamluks had killed the last dude in a military coup. Well, what was Aybak to do? A. Kill Musa. B. Marry Shajar. Or C. Force Musa to marry Shajar, then kill them both. Okay, what do we got, Ryan?
B, just married the regent. It worked last time, so she just married her way back into the throne.
Claudia, how about you?
I think the hardest one. I think they forced to get married and then killed them. To get rid of both out of power.
Yeah, that'd be messed up. Well, that's gonna be a jelly bean for Ryan. Shajar was a legitimized relation to Saladin, with Sultana experience to boot. In a win-win situation for both, Aybak and Shajar got married, giving Aybak a thin but real connection to Saladin. For the next 7 years, Shajar and Aybak ruled together basically how they'd been ruling before the Syrians tattled to the Caliph, with Shajar handling the state and treasury, and Aybak handling the military. Also, Musa was hanging around. It was a funny little trio.
Oh yeah, because they had the little boy.
A little boy. A sweet little family.
Their little king.
7 years is a lifetime in that time.
I know.
That's a long time to rule.
Well, the threesome's time at the top was filled with people threatening their rule and assassination attempts. Eventually, Shajar and Aybak decided to get rid of the teenage Musa, threatening his life and exiling him to Byzantine territory. I mean, look, you know.
Makes sense.
I'm sure a lot of people would do that with their teens nowadays if they could.
Was he starting to mouth off? You know, I'm really the king, that kind of thing. Just wait till I turn 18.
Right. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
It's getting pimply, starting to smell.
Puberty and power, a dangerous and potent mix.
Absolutely. As the years ticked by with no regime changes, Aybak began to feel more confident in his legitimacy as ruler. However, he was still basically only commanding the military, just like when Shajar's name was atop the call sheet. Eventually, Aybak started looking for a way out of his partnership, and he started negotiating with the ruler of Mosul about possibly marrying his daughter, swapping her in as his chief wife.
He's hot swapping his wife?
Yeah, boo to this.
Fuck? Is that allowed? Can you do that?
It seems like a lot of things were allowed back then.
So he really got that 7-year itch then.
Is that what that refers to?
It must be. That feeling when you want to hot swap your wife out. Stay rolling, just keep the car moving. It's like a NASCAR pit stop. You're just changing the wheels.
A new wife.
This guy's a nasty man.
Yeah.
I hope he gets killed.
Well, when Shajar learned about this, she wasn't too happy. In April of 1257, while Aybak was naked and vulnerable in a bathhouse, Shajar had her husband assassinated. We gotta celebrate her for killing this man, right?
Yeah.
Sure. He wanted to swap her out.
Yeah.
What did he think was going to happen?
And also respectful to him. Like, if you're going to get assassinated, I would think at a bathhouse is a good place for it to happen. You're relaxed.
A little cleanup.
Yeah, you just hose it off. It goes right into the drain. Or they kill you when your head's in one of those little toilet bowl things when you're getting the massage.
What do you...
Toilet bowl things?
Yeah, you put your face in that little thing, like you lay down on the table.
The face hole.
A little toilet bowl.
I guess it's a toilet bowl.
I'm gonna get stabbed in the back. I'd want it to be when I'm getting a massage. Weirder things have happened when I've gotten a massage.
Well, anyway, Shajar's really making moves here. What was Shajar's next move? A, marrying the 19-year-old Musa. B, rule solo. Or C, be murdered. Okay, Brian, what do you got?
A, another wedding.
Oh, fun. Maybe she just loves weddings.
Married more times than J-Lo.
Yeah, she just loves love.
Claudia, what do you got?
I said same. I think she's going by the old playbook.
Oh, the old double A's.
It's worked. I hope she's not killed.
I know, I hope it's not C.
Well, points to neither of you.
Oh, fuck, dude. I think
Disappointed me once again.
I think she's murdered as hell.
Well, Shajar had been banking, like she always had, on those fellow former slaves, the Mamluks, to have her back and ensure she stayed in power. Aybak, however, had also been a Mamluk, and instead of everyone thinking Shajar should continue to rule, people started backing Aybak's 15-year-old son from a different mum, Ali, for the sultanship. Rightly fearing for her life, Shajar barricaded herself in a tower where she spent her days grinding her jewels into dust so no one else could ever wear them. Wow.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty metal.
So petty.
No one else will wear my jewels.
It's petty, and I
I
respect
fucking
it.
love it.
Yeah. On April 28th, days after Aybak's murder, Shajar al-Durr, one-time Sultana of Egypt and Syria, was found dead outside of Cairo's great citadel. Her body was left outside to be defiled and rot for a few days, but was eventually collected, buried, and now rests in a giant mausoleum in historic Cairo.
Well, at least she ended in a great place.
I tried to speed through the really depressing part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't get her jewels, though.
They did
No,
not,
they never got her
no
jewels.
one will
Right
wear
into
them
dust.
jewels.
Yeah.
She probably snorted that shit. I would. Fuck it.
Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, that sounds good. I don't know why I was so into that. Though her time at the top was tumultuous, the fact that she got there at all was miraculous. A woman who began as a slave to a powerful royal family managed to replace them, helping to found a brand new dynasty, the Mamluk dynasty, that ruled over Egypt for the next 300 years. At the time of her death, it's estimated she was a mere 35 years old. R.I.P. to a real one.
I was gonna ask. I was like, this bitch is like 32.
Damn, bro.
Did a lot. How many times did she get married?
I think like 17, I don't know. A few, yeah.
Great. Full life.
Well, that's the story of Shajar. What do you guys think?
I mean, she seemed like a pretty badass lady.
Yeah, I'm inspired. Hopefully not to murder, but to aspire to new heights, to be
Yeah.
the first at something. Good for her.
I think we can take, her, her intentions, maybe not the way she executed.
No, I'm sure she murdered a lot of people and was
Yeah.
really ruthless and pretty awful, but
Yeah.
She probably had to do
everyone
what she
around
had to
her
do.
was too.
Yeah, what is she gonna do? Not murder
Not
when everyone
murder?
else is doing it?
If we condemn her for murder, I guess she got murdered, so I guess all's well that ends well.
It was a
Is
different
that
time.
what that means?
You gotta do what you gotta do to get yourself in the annals of history.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That concludes our history lesson. I'm going to go vibe with the tallies to determine the winner of the coveted capsules and title of History Wizard. In the meantime, enjoy this performance from Shajar al-Durr's tent that may or may not contain the decomposing remains of her husband. I'll be back in just a bit. Bye. Whoa.
I think you got this
I think
one.
I won.
I think you got that one. I think it's pretty
I
obvious you won.
counted the right jelly beans. It's the tent.
Nice.
Oh, flippity flapping, I'm a flippity flapping in the desert breeze. Oh, it's so sandy and dusty, that's the way that it must be for a tent like me. Nothing to see here, got a perfectly normal situation. What is that smell, you ask? Don't worry, just a little perspiration. Perfectly normal tent, nothing to hide. Not sure what rumors you've heard. I know you want a peek because it reeks, but I suppose that you'll just have to take my word. Oh, what could be in me? Well, it's certainly stinky, that's for certain. One thing it's not is the aroma of a rotting human person. Psst. Hey guys, you seem cool.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna level with you. You want to see a dead body?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck,
There's
dude?
a dead guy inside of me.
That was genuinely kind of
It's
shocking.
a Sultan.
I hated that.
He got stabbed, and then he died out here in the hot sun. So, yeah, but the queen, she just wants me to keep up appearances. So, I've just got this hot, bloated, dead Sultan inside of me, and the maggots are really doing the work in there.
What the fuck?
So things are career-wise. For an anthropomorphic
still
tent,
going.
I think I'm doing pretty well. To have royalty inside of me like this, even if it's he's just sort of leaking a hot compost.
Let's get back to
from
the
all
song.
his,
Let's get back to the song.
holes. But anyway, just keep it on the down low. Otherwise, the queen will be so pissed. Okay. What were we doing here again?
Singing.
I was oh right, I was singing the song about how there's not a dead guy in there.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Oh, what was I saying? Right, nobody's laying dead beneath me. The Sultan's alive. I got no reason to lie, so just believe me. Let's say he's napping. Yeah, that's what happened. He got sleepy. Pay no attention to the various fluids that are seeping.
Oh my God,
A
dude.
perfectly normal tent, nothing to hide. Not sure what rumors you've heard. I know you want a peek because it
Nope.
but I suppose
No.
that you'll just have to take
No,
my
I don't
word.
need to see it again.
No, stop it! Ah!
Damn
Damn it, dude.
But in addition to the stink, I think wink, I smell a coming coronation.
Get off the stage. Get off the stage.
So upsetting.
I hate that guy. He's never booked him again.
That was a really good, gross little body.
I love
It
that
was
puppet.
floopity out there.
I truly did not see that
I
coming.
thought it was incredible.
That was messed up.
You're friends with some pretty weird guys, huh?
That was gross. Did not expect that.
Yeah, you did, you little freak.
Yeah, I did. Oh, you guys are never going to believe this, but according to our simple tally, Claudia is today's winner!
Didn't need the simple part. Didn't need the simple part.
But does winning a silly competition compare to the thrilling tranquility that you feel with the once daily brain pill? Forget it all. Come get your prizes, folks. Yeah, here you go.
Okay, all right.
Here they are.
There we go.
Yep. Those are all for you. They're all for you.
There you go.
Forget it all. It's just like the Limitless pill, but with less Bradley Cooper. That's going to do it for this one. Claudia, thank you so much for joining us. Ryan, thanks for being a friend. And to everyone at home, thanks for watching Puppet History, where the details are always extremely fuzzy. We'll see you next time. Wow.
All right, where the hell is that clip clopper? Why am I so eager for that horse to show up?
I don't know, man, but after a show like that, I feel like I need something to dull the edge, you know?
Yeah.
Hello, boys.
Oh, hey, Elmer.
Oh, those fine folks over at Forget It All wanted me to send you some free product. You want some?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
It's really great. No side effects, just operating on a higher plane, you know? Easy living. It's like they say, French the void with Forget It All.
Buddy, you had me when you offered me a random pill to swallow.
Then you know me, I can't say no to anything roughly jelly bean size.
You guys are all right. Hey, we just got to record this ad read real quick and then you can gobble up your num-nums.
How about we do the pill and then we do the ad?
Nice try. We need you remembering your lines. Now let's get one where you say, Forget it all. I'd sell my house for more.
Okay. Forget it all. I'd sell my house
I didn't
for
know
more.
fear until that duck boat drove straight into the water. And I survived the meteor strike.
And that Tommy Bartlett is some kind of snack.
Oh, hey, Mom and Dad. Where have you been?
Oh, my beloved baby boy. It's so good to see you. Your mother and I just got back from a trip to the Wisconsin Dells.
With our dear, dear friend, Liza Minnelli.
Isn't she almost 80? What'd you do in the Dells with Liza Minnelli?
Listen, son, Liza was the one dragging us out on the town.
Yeah, she's fit. You should see her water ski.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. It's so nice to meet you two, but we really need to get another take of this line.
Sorry, don't want to get in the way.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. Look, how about you guys just go hang out in the green room and we'll come by when we're done.
Sounds good, dear son.
We love you so much, and you know that, right? Break a leg. My son, the star.
All right, Professor Ryan, you ready? Hold up the pills and take two.
Oh, no.
Nope. Oh boy.
Ryan, I think they meant like a film take.
Whatever, man. Daddy love his medicine, Joshua.
Okay. Let me make some calls to make sure this won't fully kill you.
You know, the funny thing is, I never used to be a water slide guy.
Well, there aren't any water slides in dino times.
And honey, that's a crying shame because they go crazy.
Hun, you hear that?
Oh, that sounds like our dear vacation friend and canonical throuple partner, Liza Minnelli.
Liza, where are you? Oh, Liza, there you are. What are you doing here?
Oh, I miss my dear friend Michael Jackson.
Liza, you okay?
My mother killed a witch.
Yikes, that's bad.
Ow!
Oh my god, oh, I don't like it. Oh, this is Liza. I love you, honey.
What was that?
You
are not
Delivery to Purgatory complete. Sex in the City, too.
Itching for more puppet history? Well, head on over to Watcher TV for an extended cut and to watch all episodes a month early.